Dear students, these are some events that led to my being here. In 7th grade, I was becoming extremely tired. This was not so amazing as at the time I was a figure skater preparing for the winter holiday show. Later that week, I noticed I had a lump on the right side of my neck, and being the hypochondriac that I was, my parents had no choice but to take me to the doctor. The doctor told us, "Don't worry, it's just a virus that's going around the schools." I left the doctor's office happy that I just had a virus, and it wasn't anything too serious. 2 weeks later, I developed a grapefruit-sized lump on the side of my neck. I went to another doctor who, after sending me for an ultrasound, gave my family the devastating call, explaining that I had an aggressive type of cancer which would take my life in 4 weeks. The next morning, I had an appointment at the Sacred Heart Children's Hospital. After spending a day there with a team of professionals turning me into a human pincushion, the cancer doctors determined I had mononucleosis. Since my cancer scare, my motto for life is live in the moment. In high school, I did just that. I quickly learned the school I was at wasn't a match for me. My family, the four paws, and I packed up and moved from the house and school district I grew up in. I started attending my new school, and I had exactly 0 friends. Each day as I walked into high school, I would pass crazy people enthusiastically tossing flags, rifles, and sabers in the air. This was so for me. I made some lifelong friends in color guard. I ended up becoming color guard captain and coaching the same color guard in college and after I graduated college. After leaving high school and entering the college world, I had a rude awakening. College required a ton of work. There was not much time to live in the moment. No more frequent hanging out with friends. I am a very visual learner. It wasn't until my 2nd year of college that I got a handle on how to learn from teachers who didn't have some visual aspect to their lessons. Through my schooling years, I have found I have a passion for teaching. It started in 1st grade with my amazing teacher, Mrs. Miner, and continued to grow each time I was fortunate to have a teacher who I admired. I would be in class and get distracted by thinking about how my teachers were teaching instead of focusing on the material they were teaching. I ended up getting my degree from Eastern Washington University and majoring in secondary English education. For 2.5 years, I substitute taught at Central Valley High School, where the number of students in attendance is larger than the amount of people who live in Chewelah. At the end of my last year of substitute teaching, I was fortunate to find that the high school in Chewelah had an opening for an English teacher. My mom had previously worked in Chewelah as a speech therapist and loved it. So I applied for the job. I ended up getting a call that I got the job, and after hanging up the phone, I ran around my house with excitement at the chance to live in the moment once again, but in a new location. I'm so glad to have ended up here with you. I'm looking forward to living in the moment here at Jenkins Junior Senior High School. For many years, I had a saying from Barbra Streisand, singer and actress, on my school notebook. The saying goes, you have to trust yourself. Be what you are, and do what you ought to do, the way you should do it. You've got to discover you, what you do, and trust it. This is most definitely what I want to do. I hope to be a small part of you discovering you. Sincerely, Miss French.